Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Thursday, April 29th. I did a hike today up to 10,000 feet, Mount Baldy here in California. It was a 7-hour hike, 12.3 miles. This is my training for the Grand Canyon hike coming up soon, like in 2 weeks. 6.4% first quarter GDP growth, folks. I've been telling you for so long, fiscal works. Fiscal works. I said we're going to have China-level economic growth. Hey, China's growing at like 18% right now. Fiscal works over there too. But this is what has been missing for a long time. The stock market has been discounting this. What do I mean by that? The stock market has been anticipating this. Just got earnings out. Amazon, a bunch of other companies, earnings very strong. Fiscal flows to corporate earnings, all right? Flows to income, flows to savings. It's all very positive. I know a lot of people, again, they're looking at the market, saying things like it's a bubble, overvalued. They don't understand what is going on. We are in a fiscal environment really that we have not seen since the 1950s and the 1960s. And what I find very interesting, and maybe you have noticed the same thing, is nearly all of the commentary, I'm just going to say all of the commentary that comes out of Wall Street, it's myopically focused on the Fed. What's the Fed going to do? Is the Fed going to continue? Look, it has nothing to do with the Fed. No, the Fed, here's what it is. And I made a video about this. I've spoken about this so many times. The Fed is a bank, all right, like every other bank. The only distinction the Fed has is that it does not need capital to operate. Secondly, the Fed is a regulator, and really that's its most important job, and it should stick to that. And a lot of people forget about that. The Fed is a regulator. And the Fed is also a price setter by virtue of the fact that it sets interest rates. But that's, that's a government function as well, what the government will pay for labor, for materials. That is a price setting. They're monopolists. I did a whole video on monopoly pricing power. But the analytical community, Wall Street, just tunnel vision focused on the Fed. I don't see any commentary talking about fiscal. Biden's plan now, we're talking about an additional $4 trillion with the infrastructure, and now this family, American Family Support Plan, what he proposed the other night. And if you think about it, that level of fiscal still doesn't even compare to what we saw in World War II. World War II, they ran the deficit up to, 35% of GDP. That would be over almost an $8 trillion deficit right now. Think about that. We'd have 18% economic growth at that level if they did something like that. But that's neither here nor there. The stock market is correctly anticipating a boom in profits, a boom in the economy. And, it's playing out like that, and a lot of people are very confused. All right, if I could use that word. Obviously, they're very frustrated, and they're angry. Like they're angry. They want it to crash. They want to see hyperinflation. Growth does not equate to inflation. I've said that so many times. Growth means abundance. Abundance does not create inflation. Inflation is caused by something broken in the system or some monopoly price setter like the Fed, but the Fed is telling you they're not raising prices via the interest rate channel. So that about sums it up, folks. This is a market to make money in. If you oppose these are really big macro trends here. If you fight against them, that's to your loss. If you understand them, then basically it's a free ride. This is a free ride. All right? People say, when should I take profits? They're too focused on pricing as opposed to policy. It's the policy that is in place that is making all this happen. And as long as that policy is in place, look, if they start talking about, cutting the budget deficit, fiscal consolidation, going to a conservative fiscal policy, that would be a cause for worry. But you don't hear that. It's the opposite going on. Anyway, I've been telling you this. I don't know how else I could convey this message. I'm here every day telling you this. Go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com. Sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.